Thanks for taking some time out and spending some time with us. 56 degrees outside, and this news update is a service of Roger Emmett Contracting, LLC in West Portsmouth. They welcome all kinds of residential and commercial work, renovations, additions, kitchens, bathrooms, windows. If you ever suffer fire, smoke, or water damage, give Roger Emmett a call at 740-858-6761. Actually, I think these may have gotten mixed around. That's the sports one. The news one is Quality Heating and Air. Quality Heating and Air on Route 52, just west of Portsmouth in Sugar Grove. If you ever have issues with your heating and air, contact Heating and Air at 740 Quality Heating and Air, 740-858-4363. We do a little quick move right there, and now we're ready. So we give things over to Bill Show.
Thanks, Mark. Good morning, everyone. The first government shutdown in nearly 7 years has now entered its second day, and it's not clear when the impasse between congressional Democrats and Republicans over a funding bill to reopen the government is going to end. The Senate is set to hold its next votes tomorrow. Meanwhile, the Trump administration has signaled in recent days that they may use the shutdown to lay off federal workers or, in the president's own words, to get rid of Democratic policies. Now, I spoke with our United States Congressman Dave Taylor about his take on the shutdown.
In 2018, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer declared, quote unquote, Congress shouldn't shut down the government over a dispute. The tables have certainly turned and Democrats are hypocritically shutting down the government and halting its services to the American people. House Republicans did our job 2 weeks ago by passing a short, clean, stopgap funding bill while Democrats voted against it. This was the same extension Democrats supported just 6 months ago and passed 13 times under the Biden administration. Ohioans need the federal government to get back to work and do its job, and I encourage my Democrat colleagues to come to their senses to ease the unfair burden they're inflicting on the American people.
Meanwhile, back here in the Buckeye State, we're going to eliminate two types of property tax levies that schools and local governments use to raise money. The Ohio Senate voted 21-11 yesterday to reinstate a budget provision to get rid of replacement and emergency levies. Now, replacement levies replace existing levies with updated property values, and that means local governments can collect more money from homeowners when values rise, even if the tax rate doesn't change. And emergency levies are levies that schools use to raise money for an emergency or prevent an operating deficit. Those now are not included to be available to voters or to school districts. Now, in our region, the Ross County Commissioners are taking steps to lower property taxes. Stacy Anakin has the latest.
Commissioners are reducing the inside millage tax rate of the county government from 2.4% to 1.68%. They plan to continue to fund critical services through responsible budgeting and cost cutting.
So we want to keep Ross County as a low-cost place to come and live and do business. So the lowering the property tax was a pretty easy move for us.
And the community of Greenup is traveling back in time this weekend for their annual Old Fashioned Days celebration. Last night, you could see crews were getting everything ready for the event, which kicks off today with school performances, as well as a pageant and uplifting gospel music. Now, tomorrow will feature free kids' activities, a quilt show by the Quilt Guild, and an interactive game show. And on Saturday, Mountain Man from the reality TV show Duck Dynasty is going to be in town, along with the Old Fashioned Days Parade and the talent show. A live performance by musical artist Joe Lee will cap off the evening. For Mix 99.3 News, I'm Bill Shope.
Chuck was talking earlier about the donkey basketball that's going to be taking place at South Webster tomorrow at 7. Looks like they're going to have at least 3 games. Have you ever participated in, watched, or been involved with in any way in donkey basketball?
I've watched donkey basketball, yes, when I was a kid. I've not seen it since I was a kid, yeah.
So it's been a while. I remember they added in school when I think either it was later in high school or right when I got out of high school. They had something there in Piketon about it, but I have seen video. That's about all that I can say of it. But sounds like it's going to be a very interesting night trying to play basketball while riding a donkey around. It sounds like an easy concept, but it's if you watch it, it's a little bit more difficult than what it sounds.
Donkeys sometimes have their very own mind.
Yes, that is for sure. And of course, you have to wear protection. They'll have helmets and the whole bit on there tomorrow. You could get thrown off.
Yes, you could, or they start arguing, and who knows what's going to happen.
Like I said, my money's going to be on the achy breaky backs tomorrow. So that's
right.
That's the name of one of the teams. That certainly wins the team names.
I think so.
So all right. Thanks a lot, Bill. We appreciate it. As this news is brought to you by Quality Heating and Air. Chuck in with sports next.
Down on Route 52, just west of town, there's a little place where the word gets around. Quality Heating and Air's got your back. For sales and service, they're right on track. I see out in Portsmouth, they're the name to trust. When the air goes down, they'll lift you up.
Call Quality Heating and Air at 740-858-4363.
And we are back in with Chuck Greenslate and sports. This sports brought to you by Roger Hemming Contracting LLC in West Portsmouth. They welcome all residential and commercial work, renovations, additions, kitchens, baths, roofs, and windows. If you ever suffer fire, smoke, or water damage, Roger Hemming is who you call. 740-858-6761, bringing you this sports update. Here's Chuck Greenslate.
Thank you, Mark. The Cincinnati Reds season came to an end last night as the Dodgers defeated the Redlegs 8-4 out in L.A. Cincinnati jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the first when Sal Stewart had a single to right field, which drove in both Gavin Lux and Austin Hayes. Things were looking good, but L.A. would then rally to take an 8-2 lead. The Reds would tack on a couple more runs in the eighth when Stewart again drove in Lux, and Tyler Stevenson followed that up with a sac fly to score Austin Hayes, but it was too little, too late. L.A. sweeps the best-of-3 series in 2 games. Zach Lytle, who pitched 3 1/3 innings, wound up taking the loss. The Reds wrap up their 2025 campaign with a record of 83 wins and 81 losses. Cincy fans, myself included, didn't get the outcome that we were all hoping for, but at least the Reds did make the postseason for the first time since 2020, and hopefully this is a sign of good things to come for this pretty young ball club. The other wild card series will all go to a third and decisive game. Yesterday, the Guardians staved off elimination, defeating the Tigers 6-1. They'll meet this afternoon at 3 o'clock. The Padres prevailed over the Cubbies 3-0 yesterday. Those two will meet in Chicago today at 5. And the Yankees topped the Red Sox 4-3. The third and decisive game of that series will be tonight at Yankee Stadium, where the first pitch will be at 8 p.m. Tonight in the NFL, the 49ers will visit the Rams. That'll be an 8:15 kickoff on Prime Video. On Sunday, the Cleveland Browns will play in London, taking on the Minnesota Vikings. That contest will kick off at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Cleveland is benching veteran quarterback Joe Flacco and going with rookie Dylan Gabriel this weekend. The Bengals will return home Sunday afternoon for a 4:25 kickoff with the Detroit Lions. Speaking of football, tomorrow will mark week number 7 in high school football, and the Total Media Group of Portsmouth will present a trio of games live. Here on Mix 99.3, you'll hear Wested Valley. On Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze, you'll be able to tune in as Notre Dame visits Green. And on Fox Sportsmouth 95.7 FM, you'll be able to listen as Portsmouth plays at Fairland. Coverage at all 3 of those game sites will commence at 6:30, leading up to the 7 o'clock kickoffs. Sticking with high school sports, in girls volleyball yesterday, West was a winner over Leesburg Fairfield 3-1. In girls soccer, Fairland knocked off Rock Hill 2-0. And in boys soccer yesterday, Ironton St. Joe prevailed over Lawrence County, Kentucky 4-0. The athletic department at Shawnee State University will be holding another first-of-its-kind event over the fall with the formation of the first annual Shawnee State University Pickleball Tournament. That'll be on Saturday, October the 11th, beginning at 8 a.m. at Mountain Park in Portsmouth. Check-in time for the one-day event begins at 7:30 a.m. the day of the tournament. Individuals from the ages of 14 on up can register to play in the Shawnee State University Pickleball Tournament. A team of 2 players costs $40, and that is a look at sports.
All right, thanks a lot, Chuck. We appreciate it. This sports brought to you by Roger Hemming.
Roger Hemming Contractor LLC in West Portsmouth has been serving homeowners and businesses for nearly 50 years, providing residential and commercial work. Roger Hemming takes care of renovations, additions, kitchens, baths, sidings, roofs, and windows. Fire, smoke, and water damages are welcome, as Roger Hemming will work with you and your insurance provider to get you back in your home or business in a minimum amount of time. Licensed in Ohio and Kentucky and fully insured. The next time you need a contractor you can depend on, call Roger Hemming at 740-858-6761.
And our update of traffic Brought to you by the Scioto River in Portsmouth, located at 1026 Gallia Street, 740-353-9329, the number to call. You can download the OGO app. Be the first to know before you go with the OGO app. That's OHGO, as drivers get real-time traffic updates, personalized road notifications, and you can view live traffic cams and get accurate delay times. We do have road resurfacing work going on in Vernon Township today on Cartrow Road, as traffic is being maintained with the use of flaggers there. Also, we've got work all throughout the city of Portsmouth, 6th and 7th Street, 23rd and 24th, Potts Place, Brand Avenue, Chariot Way, Chateau Drive, Dorman Drive, and Sheer Hollow Road. All of those getting milling and paving done this week. Traffic will be maintained with the use of flaggers. That is your update of traffic, brought to you by the Scioto River.
Your WSAZ first solar forecast. Really nice conditions on the way for your Thursday. Will be warm, under mostly sunny skies, highs reaching the low 80s. Tonight we fall into the 50s. Pleasant start to Friday. We do it all over again, mostly sunny skies, highs into the low 80s. I'm WSAZ meteorologist Dylan Godet.